Hi guys, and welcome to this edition of the Unofficial Community Manager's Diary. As you can see, I've messed around with the format a little bit again, so I've taken this format idea from a post that was made on the forums. And I apologise, I've completely forgotten whoever it was that made the idea for this format, but whoever you are, thank you very much. What you're watching in the background now is footage from last Monday's community gathering. So if you're in there shooting me, please don't do that again. The update had not been released as of the last community gathering, so you won't see the new evacuation map, for example, the updates to that. But we had a blast, and I love using this kind of footage as a background for these kinds of videos. So if you were there, I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you at the next one. Now I'm going to do what I always do with these videos, read out the best question from last week, give that guy an answer and send him a copy of Interstellar Marines. But before I do that, I need to do something very important. Cannot do one of these videos without a good cup of tea. So the question came from Indigo199517, and his question was, when the first chunk of the campaign is released, can we, the players, make suggestions on how to make this game better if we don't agree with some parts? So the answer is very simply yes. You can make ideas right and suggestions right now. Go into the forums, either at installermarines.com or on Steam. Get hold of us through Facebook or Twitter. Simply reply to one of these videos or come and join us on a live stream. We're always looking for the community's suggestions and ideas, because you guys can give us lots of things that we can't think of or may not think of, or just that little out of the box spark that kind of makes an idea fly. So yeah, if you've got an idea, you've got a suggestion at any time, please do let us know. We will look at every single one of them. And at the moment we've got about 140 odd ideas in the big list, which are items that you, the community, have put forward and we're looking at to put into the game. And you know, how many developers are going to do that? So Indigo, I won't read out the other digits. Congratulations, thank you for that question. You are now getting a copy of Interstellar Marines through YouTube. And for everybody else, if you'd like to win a copy of the game, please put up your question. The best one I always take for next week, and you will win also a copy of the game. It's one of my better cup of teas, that. So this week, for the first time in almost 2 months, we have had the first update. Now this is, in terms of what's in there, I have to say that Kim and the guys looked at that and thought it wasn't very special. Carson and I looked at that and went, damn, there's a lot of stuff in there. But above and beyond that, it's critical because this is the first one that's been released since we've done all the ramping up of the team. And this is the first time that we've had an opportunity to get all the guys together, work on a sprint, work on an update, and get it out and see what happens. So what I thought might be interesting for you guys is to take you through what happens when we release an update. Because it's a bit more of a complicated process than it may seem in the first instance. Now, as I've mentioned many times before, there's about a 45-minute gap between when we say go and when it's live on Steam. So it's a very, very, very short gap. That means that we can carry on working on the update right up until it's actually released. The negative side of that is that we don't know until about 45 minutes to an hour beforehand what's actually going to be in the update. Now we use a tool called On Time, and if you go to ontimenow.com you can actually see what the tool is. And what we do in there is, for each update or each sprint, we list in the items that we want to go in, we assign them to a person, a developer or a Kim or the audio designer, all that kind of stuff, and it's their job to get as much of that done within that period of time as they can. Now, within the last one we had quite a lot of smaller things in that list, and there were, I think, 4 or 5 items that were on the list of things to go into the update that didn't make it in. And some of these items didn't actually, we didn't know they weren't going to make them in until Wednesday morning. So that's one of the reasons why we don't tell you guys what's going to be in an update, because we don't know until pretty much we release it. And so Wednesday morning we had a very good idea of what's going to go out, and Wednesday evening we launched the update. Now normally what happens at that point, or historically what's happened, is Kim and Michael will put the official change log up on our website, installermarines.com, and we'll put that up as an official document. Now, what we've been doing recently over the last few months is they've gradually been passing more and more responsibility across to Carsten and I for this kind of activities. Now, being the only native English speaker in the company, I end up writing a lot of the text and the forum posts and that kind of thing, which is perfect because I love the English language and I really enjoy doing that sort of thing. Unfortunately, what happened with this update was that I spent half of Wednesday, all of Thursday, half of Friday offline due to my internet connection having a problem. And I finally actually got fed up with this on Friday morning and went and ordered one from a different supplier, which is what I'm using right now. But that had the knock-on effect, due to a slight miscommunication internally, of the changelog and then the corresponding forum updates and the Facebook updates, Twitter, that kind of thing. None of those went out until Friday evening. And I have to hold my hand up, that came from me, because I wasn't online, it didn't get done, that is my fault, and I apologise. And also, in terms of my activity on the forums this week, you will have noticed I've not been as active as I normally am. That's simply because my line's been down. So what will happen from now on when we release an update is that when it comes out, the guys will do the changelog with the update, which you've seen, I think, probably on Wednesday. The unofficial, it's an official changelog, but it's not actually on the website. So I'll do from now on the official changelog on the update, and once that's done, then we do all the forum posts, because we refer the forum posts, Facebook posts, Twitter, all of them tend to refer back to that official changelog on the website, and if that's not there, those posts don't go out. And I'm completely agree with everyone who's turned around and said, hey guys, your update was out on Wednesday, your changelog wasn't out until Friday, there was nothing official till Friday, what's going on? And like I said, I've got to hold my hand up on this one. I couldn't get online, it wasn't done, and you have my apologies for that, because if there's one thing we pride ourselves on very much, it's communication, 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 to the point sometimes where I think we actually might over communicate, if that's possible. And for something like that to happen on the first update after such a long time, and the first update that we're doing after the new team is ramped up as well, yeah, all I can say is sorry about that. But the good news is we're back in business, we've got that first update out, and the process now is pretty much in place. So what happens now for the next update, which is update number 6, unless I'm mistaken, is we've already got a list of things which we want to be in that update. All of those things have been assigned to individual developers, and those developers are now working through that list to get those items into the next update. And can't tell you what's in there, unfortunately. Can't even tell you when it's going to be out, although we're expecting updates to come out every 3 to 4 weeks now. But if they get everything in that update, or even half of the stuff that's in that update, there's some stuff I've been waiting for quite a while now. In the last one, in update 5, we got ADS toggle. Not only do we get ADS toggle, we also got ADS sensitivity change on your mouse when you're aiming down the sights. And I struggle to play a game when you've got to hold down the zoom on your mouse button too. So just to put that in means I've now finally got a chance to kick Carsten's ass, because he always destroys me when we're playing this game, and it's so infuriating. Even if he is an ex-competitive player, it's just an excuse. So I'm looking forward now to me to get into the game and being able to actually give him a bit of payback for all the ass whoopings he's given me over the last few months. But yeah, if we're able to get even half the stuff that's in there, there's some pretty big things. In terms of on time, there's approximately twice the number of individual items on there that were on for update 5. So that kind of gives you an idea of the level of items we want to get in there. Now, do understand that an item could be one little small thing, or it could be 10 sub-items with one big thing. So it doesn't necessarily correspond to double the amount of things that are going to be the next update, but it does correspond to what we're aiming to get, which is a lot more stuff in the next update. And now we've got this team, we've got it going, everyone knows what they're doing. You guys have been so incredibly patient with us. I've said this a million times, I'm going to say it again, thank you for that. Now we start to see the good stuff that comes out from that. So as always, any questions, let me know here in the forums, wherever. If you post a question into the comments on YouTube for this particular video, best one I'll choose for next week, and that person, if they get your question read out, you win a copy of the game. It's that simple. All you need to do is post out your questions. Please make it as interesting as possible. Also, please make sure if they've not been asked before, because then you've got a better chance of me actually reading them out. That's it for this week. Enjoy your gaming. Take care.